Hello, my name is Karen Riley, and I will be your social worker today. And what we're gonna do today is just that we're gonna do an assessment, and it's gonna be a lot of questions, and it might be a little overwhelming at times. So if you do need a break or anything, please let me know. But this is just kind of getting to know you and getting a little bit of history about you. And the first thing I'm gonna go over is confidentiality. Just know that anything you say in here stays between you and me, unless it's you say something where you're going to harm yourself, you're going to harm another person, or if you're going to harm a child or anything like that. I do have to let somebody know, and I am a mandated reporter. But as long as none of that comes up, it will stay directly between you and I. And so the first I'd like to start off by, what is your first and last name?
So my name is Olivia Collins.
Okay. And and then what would you like to be called? Do you have like a nickname or anything like that?
Olivia's fine.
Olivia's fine. Okay. And what is your date of birth?
It's 9/29/85.
Okay. And your race?
White.
Right. Okay. And then just tell me a little bit about what brought you in today.
So lately I've had some I guess intrusive thoughts. So in my day-to-day living, I'll think like, okay, if I don't blow out this candle, the house will burn down for sure. If I don't make my bed correctly, people are going to treat me terribly during the day. um and sometimes I understand like the thoughts, like they don't really make any sense, but I'll go ahead and perform the task anyway.
Okay. Now, when did this begin?
Well, I guess I've had it on and off since I can remember, like at least um God, at least like 10 years, but it was just kind of fleeting. But lately, the tasks, the urge to complete the tasks have gotten stronger, and that voice has kind of gotten louder.
Okay. So when was the last time you felt emotionally well?
I don't know. Um I can't remember.
So maybe before all this started.
Even then, I don't know if I was really well. I've always had depressive symptoms and anxiety.
Okay. And then have you ever had thoughts or behaviors affecting your ability to function with like friends, families, or your community?
Well, I don't really like to go outside sometimes or like in groups. Um, but I'll do it. But sometimes it just takes me a while to get there. I might cry in the car. I might take my time leaving the house. I have to kind of talk myself into getting out there.
Okay. Now, how do you view your current level of functioning? Is it different, like each day, each week, each month? Has it
So
gotten worse?
I'm doing well as far as that goes. So I'm maintaining employment, right? And I'm completing tasks, but some of that thinking kind of gets in the way. That it's just troublesome to me, like, and I'm thinking about it a lot. It's not impacting me to the point right now that like I'm not showing up to work or whatever, but so those tasks are hard to complete sometimes.
Okay. Now, when did you first notice your symptoms? Did you say about 10 years ago?
Yeah, but like I said, it was just like on and off. But I want to say maybe the last 5 months, it's been more frequent. and kind of deeper.
Okay. Okay. Now, is this your first time seeking treatment for it, or have you had treatment before?
For this is my first time.
Now, have you been in treatment or therapy before?
I have,
You have.
but for my anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder.
Okay. And did you r- um get completely through treatment and kind of like get it under control?
Yeah. So
Okay.
for those symptoms, I did well after treatment for, I want to say, 3 years before symptoms started returning, and bothering me again. But again, that was for my anxiety and depression.
Okay. Okay. Now, have you ever been hospitalized?
No,
Nope, you've never been hospitalized. Okay. Um, have you ever been in outpatient treatment for mental health treatments?
so, yes, I did an outpatient program that addressed mental health disorder, but it was a substance abuse program. And the therapy that I received for the anxiety and depression was it wasn't inpatient. I saw a counselor for, I want to say, a year's time, once a week.
Okay. Now, do you take any medicine currently?
Yes.
Okay, and how often do you take them, and do you know the names of them and how many, like, milligrams or anything you take?
So yeah, I take propranolol. It's 10 milligrams 3 times a day for the anxiety, and I take an opioid pain medication for a back surgery that I had that left me with chronic pain.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you take any over-the-counter meds, herbal substance, anything like that?
I take fish oil supplements.
Mhm. Okay. Now, do you ever think about harming yourself?
No,
No. And have you ever attempted to harm yourself or take your own life?
no,
Okay. Um, Now, have you ever had times where you've become upset and it makes you want to verbally or physically threaten or harm another person, an animal, or a property?
I mean, I think about verbally, like, I mean, just I don't perform the task, but I think about like cussing people out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now, have you ever been aggressive to people, animals, or destroyed property before? You just think about it, but never done
No,
it?
no,
Okay. What about, have you ever stolen anything?
no,
Nope. Okay. Now, have you ever like do you feel sad, feel empty, or irritable or anything?
sad, empty, all the time.
Okay. And have you ever lost interest in things that you once loved and pleasure in doing things?
Yes,
Okay. Have you ever seen visions or any like people that weren't there, or had anything like that?
no,
Okay. Now, during the past several months, have you frequently been worried about or about a number of things in your life?
yes,
Yep. Okay. And is it hard for you to control or stop the worry?
yes,
Okay. And so do you frequently have like unwanted thoughts or urges or anything like that?
yeah. The instances that I was describing to you earlier.
Okay. Now, are there any physical acts that you feel like you have to do in order to avoid or reduce your to avoid or reduce any images or any thoughts or urges or anything like that you have?
Yeah,
Okay. Now what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
losing my grandmother.
Okay. Now, have you ever experienced or witnessed an event in which you were injured, um, or you were in, or wait, let me start. I'm sorry. Have you ever experienced or witnessed an event in which you were seriously injured, or your life was in danger, or you
No.
thought you were going? Nope, you never. Okay, are you going to
Mm-mm.
be injured or anything? Okay. Now,
Mm-mm.
now everyone has trouble remembering things sometimes, but do you ever lose time, forget important details about yourself or anything like that, or any events in your life?
No.
Yeah, okay. Um, do you worry about your physical health more than most people typically do?
Mm, only when I think about, like, I have those thoughts where, like, if I don't do something, not even necessarily my physical health, but my well-being, I guess more like my mental health, if I don't complete those tasks.
Okay. Now, do you get sick more than more normal people do than most people
No.
do? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, Now, what do you think about your appearance? Like, do you ever avoid eating things or dressing a certain way or anything like that? Like, because you're worried about how other people might take it or how you feel inside?
Well, I mean, I have like horrible body image issues. Like I'm not really happy with my appearance. No.
Okay. So, do you ever like not eat certain foods or anything like that? Just worried about it might make you gain weight or lose weight or
Well,
anything like
yeah, yeah, I diet all the time.
that? Okay. Now, what about sleep? Do you sleep? Is your sleep go well? Do you sleep too much? Not enough?
So I'm tired, but I think that's more related to the chronic pain that I experience. So I don't sleep well. It's not really because I'm more anxious at night or anything like that. I'm anxious through the day, but like I really think that the sleep issue is more related to that.
Okay. Now, how often do you drink alcohol?
Never.
Okay, so um now what about do you do any drugs, illegal drugs or anything like that?
Nope, not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. Um Now so you've talked about you do have chronic pain and so you do take medicine for that because you've had back surgery, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so is that the only surgery you've ever undergone, like you ever had? Went under?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had seizures or hit in your head where you've lost consciousness?
No.
No. Okay. Um, are you allergic to any meds?
Penicillin.
Okay. And what does penicillin do to you when you take it?
Hives.
Gives you hives. Okay. Um, now, now what about your family? Now have does anyone in your family have like nervousness or nervous breakdowns, depressions, manic, schizophrenia? Um,
Some depression, I think, in my family.
Now, what about anyone in your family use alcohol or drugs?
My brother, he's my half brother.
Has anyone in your family had be hospitalized for any mental health illnesses or anything?
Nope.
Okay. And has anyone in your family died from suicide or attempted suicide?
No.
Okay. Now, do you know much about your mother's pregnancy? Like, do you know if it was a good pregnancy?
I think it was, yeah. I don't think she had any complications.
No complications? Okay. Now, what were you like as a child? Were you happy?
Yeah, I was a good child. Hmm.
And you didn't have any issues when you were a child?
No, not
No.
them.
Nope. Okay. Um, Now, when did you reach puberty and how did you feel about that?
So late, in relation to other girls, I would say I was 14 And so the way I felt about it was like I needed to catch up or something. I wasn't like really upset about it. It was just kind of like I felt different from other girls.
Okay. Now, what about when you were in school? Did you have any learning disabilities? Did you
No,
get held back?
I always excelled academically.
Okay. And who did you live with when you were in school? Did you have brothers and sisters? Your mom, your dad?
My stepbrother and my dad.
Okay. So you have a stepbrother and a dad. Do you have any like do you have any biological brothers and sisters? Or is it just your
No,
stepbrother? Okay.
yeah.
Um, now what about like history, like your work history? You said you currently do work, and how long have you been there?
I've been self-employed for many years. This last job that I've been at, I have been there about 7 years.
Okay. And then do you have plenty of friends and everything at work and even outside of work?
No,
No. Okay.
no, none, zero.
Okay. Now the last part of this is what I'm gonna do is I'm going to say three words and then which are river, nation, and fingers. And then we're gonna talk about something else like your childhood. You said you had a good childhood, you enjoyed it, you had a good life. Now, can you repeat those three words back to me that I said?
River Nation fingers.
Good job. Okay, now what I'm going to do the next step is I am going to come up with a treatment plan and then we will discuss it at your next visit.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you so much.